Everything's working, I think. Yes, everything is working. Good evening, people. We will start with actually 3 plus Psyker's willpower's bonus plus 3 X psi rating.
Deals double the damage of Ignite to all creatures in a 12-cell line and reduces their armor by 18 until the end of combat. If the enemy's armor falls to 0, it gains the Warp Burn effect.
Okay.
Warp Burn deals 17 damage to the target at the end of their turn, with 20% armor penetration. The target creature must pass an agility resistance test with a 20 penalty to stop burning.
Whenever the operative attacks an enemy, full wounds deal 17% more damage. Yep. And then we go Molten Beam here, and then can go more willpower, some more perception. Okay, 1 character down. Pascala has a ton of points. Gabella doesn't have a ton of points. Weapon skill. Playtesting, he used both Desperate and Heroic Act. Whenever a playdancer is healed for the first time in round, they are healed an additional toughness bonus and gain some wisdom. Enemies attacked by playdancer have weapon skill and perception reduced. Blood Rush. Whenever a blade dancer kills an enemy, the blade dancer's resolve is increased. Duelist, blade dancer deals additional damage against armed with melee weapon. Whenever the blade dancer attacks, whenever the blade dancer dodges an attack made by an enemy, the first time they gain a more charge. Okay. Hello and good evening, everyone. We are back with this. Whenever the blade dancer kills an enemy with an attack of opportunity. Okay, we can work with that. Blade dancer parries increased, but okay. Killing edge, I guess. Yeah, killing edge. And agility. Agonize next person. We are going to have ballistic. Soldier instead intelligence determine additional damage dealt by ranged area attacks, deal 5% more damage for every. Okay. Yep. We have higher demolition, so yeah. Devastating attack, pierce energy. Okay, yeah. Strength. J next. Fellowship. Decisive response. Okay, inspire officers. Target an ally with ability for the first time this round. Gain 3 inspiring speeches. Arrow of Authority. Immediately grants momentum equal to the target's resolve. Don't mind if I do. Linchpin. Gain. Mouse tactician gains stacks target advantage equal to 90%. Okay. And intelligence. you are... Jay has to be like an all-arounder, just conversation weapon, if that makes sense. Passing tests and stuff like that feels like that's what Jay is really good at. Abelard, you are getting toughness, disarm, warrior using a single shot attack or melee against a target. The warrior gains 21 armor. Okay, yeah. In range. Critical damage. Charge. Whenever the warrior is hit while under the effect of a door. Endure. The warrior gains +1 damage deflection. Their parry chance is increased by 25. Follow my lead. Armor penetration provocation forces an enemy in melee attack range immediately attack the vanguard. All vanguard allies wield a melee weapon. Okay. And then we're going agility actually. Guys, we have... Who's the last person we're picking with us to go? We are going to have quests for everyone, so we need to sit down and do them all pretty much. Ballistic. Wounded Beast. Soldier's second attack action in a turn deals 13% damage. Soldier's demolition increases the area of effect. Foreshadowing. Grenadier. Full health. First hit. Point blank. We have 130 strength. Perception, willpower, weapons skill. Yeah, sure. That's our party. That is our party. But we're going to head down and talk to Ulfar.
Broke free the bold from captors grasping. Dark cities, feeble dungeons, eternally disgracing. Flows now this saga in the hall of glorious feasting, where all
Wait.
Oh, the wolf mighty, and the yet fatter cunning. I hope you're not going to put off the feast. Our escape demands a grand celebration.
What are you planning to do with your newly acquired freedom?
Find my pack. As we speak, they are likely performing some bloody service for Calcazar. For that reason, I want to have a word with the Inquisitor.
Why do you call me Atvater?
This is the name given on Fenris to a pack father, a commander or captain. An Edfater answers to a Jarl, the commander of a great company. Since you are the one who commands your crew, and I follow you at present, I am granting you the honored title of Edfater. You, of course, are a maiden, not a father. But we have no word meeting maiden commander in our tongue, as all space wolves are men.
Fine addition to the list.
Your credentials are unknown to me, but none of them bestows greater honor than the one I have given you.
Fair enough. I will take my leave.
Fenris Hjolda, Ed Father.
Okay. Cassia?
What? I have enjoyed your...
Argenta?
Greetings.
Yay!
Your ladyship,
You made a confession lately?
I do not make confessions, your ladyship. My faults are diseases for which a cure is yet to be discovered.
Okay. What has enriched
The Lord Captain...
Marsai? What is he?
Maraz High Ziraish stares down at you from his formidable height, his head slightly tilted to one side. The lean, wiry Xenos is encased in black armor. Not even a sliver of a gap has been left between the tightly fitting plates, which bristle with mutely gleaming barbs and hooks. Set in a white face striated with crimson tattoos, dark eyes devour you, burning with predatory, malevolent interest.
I'm meaning to ask you. When offered the chance to follow me, you took it readily. Why is that?
I had no intention of ending my days playing the role of meat in the arena. And then you blithely offered me an alliance after what I'd done to you. Why?
I value a good fighter. You're one.
That is true. But I'm not merely a hireling. It is strange you did not consider that when you offered me an alliance. But it does not matter.
What happened on the officer's bridge? How are you coping with the warp crossings?
You dare to ask me that question? Every time this barge pierces the veil, I am left alone with all the nightmares of she who thirsts. It costs me all my fortitude and strength to fight them off, and there is never anyone at hand with whom I can indulge myself. Only cold walls and a sealed airlock. Since the first time, I've been slowly acclimatizing to voyaging through the veil. Only Monkey could have conceived of such a suicidal method of galactic travel.
You're not wrong.
However, it is novel and exhilarating. At least now I know what I'm facing, and consequently, I will find a way to withstand it. And now it is time to learn what is happening with the Cabal of the Reaving Tempest, leaderless and abandoned to the mercies of Camorra. The survivors will probably be driven into real space to fall prey to Silent Thresh. You must find them. If we encounter the remnants of the Cabal in this dimension, I will want to speak to them.
Okay.
Then go. I will find something to amuse myself with.
Sighted in Lindgren's belt. Okay. We are talking to Idra and we're talking to Kaibella as well. Before anything else.
The tall, middle-aged woman stares straight ahead, her eyes vacant, as she rubs the implant at her temple. Her collar is undone, and one of the clasps is on the verge of falling off. Sensing your presence, Idira turns her head toward you and offers you a crooked smile, even as her eyes look right through you.
1. Epitaph, Incident N872-04, Tech Blight. Do these words mean anything to you? Perhaps your abilities can tell you something?
They mean nothing to me. They're just words. A whisper. So quiet, I barely caught it. Like a feather landing on a pile of down. Something about damned ambitions, antiquity, terrible antiquity. And chance. Chance through it all. Oh, now I have a headache. And the stupid bloody whisper wasn't much help.
Things are strained between you and Argenta, isn't it? Isn't that right?
The little sister is afflicted with her own set of voices. Ones that whisper to her about corruption and heresy. The silly silly girl doesn't realize that if she wants to find the source, she needs to start by looking in her own head.
Have you discovered anything more about the door from your visions?
No, Lord Captain, not a thing. And I'm wandering from bay to bay, scaring the crew. But don't worry, I'm sure that as soon as we get close, well, there'll be no mistaking it.
I'd like to hear your augury, Hydra. What awaits me in the future?
All right, let's hear what they're whispering about you.
Alright, let's hear what they're whispering about you.
Idira laughs, rubs her hands together, and suddenly freezes with a vacant smile on her face, her head slightly tilted. You feel goosebumps appear on your skin, and your collar begins to waver ever so slightly, as if moved by a breeze from a half-open door.
The stone visage of the Emperor is fearsome, but it does not see the flames at his feet. The brow of the one who calls herself his retribution is crowned by an orbital halo of corpses. But they do not all burn the same. Cold calculation can break even righteous anger. There is a canister of promethium at your feet, and where to pour it is your decision alone. In the labyrinth of a strange world, vengeance is served in procession. An eye for an eye. The spilt blood of those who see leads to revenge against those who were blinded. And drawn by the scent, a sickened beast comes running, baring its teeth. Its taming is a sham and leads to a crossroads. Wash out the poisoned blood, revel in it, or soak the earth in scarlet. The clockwork heart of a forbidden relic beats out of rhythm, grating more with every throb. He who started on your path with you will make a way for daybreak. In the foundry depths, a devastating blade is forged, one that you cannot hold. To unsheath it is to call down doom and destruction. I'm sorry, Lord Captain. The voices are going wild. I can't make out a thing. I'll try to rein them in, somehow. But for now...
Okay.
Of course.
Now, Kybella.
Take heed, Nemo. Our blessed Domin honors us with a visit. The one who delivered this ark from the curse of your existence.
It was a trying time for you in Komora. But you are home now, back on the ship. How are you holding up?
I am ashamed of what I said, of how I acted, of my hesitation. Now that I can see the stars through the portholes again, feel anew the ship's beating heart, once more breathe the bitter air of the lower decks, my mind has become clear. I am Kybella, servant of the undying Emperor. I am your blade and your shield, and thus it shall be, now and forever. Thus I will be. May
You are spoiling me with the splendor of your presence again, Shireen. Have you decided to treat your soul to the fruits of my eloquence? Or do you... Oh.
And then we start exploring Expanse now. We have a few quests behind us that we kind of want to do. We have Henrik's quest, we have Ulfar's quest and stuff like that. So we have things going on. We were heading here.
Your ladyship. Judging from his tone, Danroke is practically bursting with hidden enthusiasm. I humbly apologize for distracting you from matters of the Protectorate, but I simply must beg for a moment of your time. After all, this concerns the illustrious Mistress Cabela. Doubtless, it has not escaped your powers of insight that she has been, rather not herself lately. Truly, Mistress Cabela's soul is a tenebrous place, but even I noticed the change in her bearing. When I finally had a spare moment to think on what could be done to address this, it dawned on me, another social occasion. I dare say the first one went rather well, did it not?
I do not think this is such a good idea.
On the contrary, your ladyship. I approached Mistress Cabela with a conversation, and she herself suggested that a repeat event would be appropriate and even desirable.
What, Cabela herself wants you to organize another event?
Precisely. I was somewhat flabbergasted at the proposal, I must admit, but if such is Mistress Cabela's wish, how can I not try to please both of you once more?
Well then, let us enjoy one more moment of leisure.
Marvelous. I already have some ideas in mind. This time, a more private engagement on Darganus, with a view from the spire. I shall begin the preparations as soon as we arrive on the capital world. When you are ready, just find me at the palace, and this most pleasant evening can commence. You are distracted by Vigdis's worried voice coming from the Vox. Lord Captain, I apologize for disturbing you, but your presence is urgently required on the bridge. I managed to stop everyone from barging into your study, but I am not sure how much longer I will be able to hold them back. Before the transmission cuts off, you catch someone's outraged voice in the background. Indeed, it appears that your intervention is necessary.
This is... I think it's actually going to be related to Argenta and her... The fact that she... Yes, spoilers if you didn't already know. She's the one who killed Theodora. We got that information 2 days? It was the first time... No, was it? No, it might actually been yesterday.
Lord Captain, I tried to explain that you were busy but...
The Vox Master does not have time to finish her sentence before she is unceremoniously interrupted.
You are consumed by corruption. With every decision you make, I feel more and more that I do not belong in your retinue. Stop. Repent before the Emperor, before it is too late.
Octavia the Fire Axe, your actions concern me. They concern me a great deal. It would be quite unfortunate if we found ourselves on opposing sides. Your actions have earned you a grim reputation, Eat Fata. Ill deeds have too often been done by your hand. You do not live according to the law given by the Alfather, and so I ask you to stop before you go too far. I am loath to visit punishment upon my own savior.
Okay, that's an interesting thing now, isn't it? So that means, how far in the reputation? We are not, we're almost at this. That is an interesting aspect. That is absolutely an interesting aspect. So that means that we are now... They've told us if we keep going down the same route, they're going to leave the party. This is the problem. I like having people around.
The magnetic storm raging above the planet blurs the gaze of auger arrays. Only truly powerful diviner machines may see through the currents of magnetic fluctuation.
I thought we got a better one.
Lord Captain, an urgent message. Our enforcers have arrested a dangerous saboteur who attempted to gain entry onto the bridge. This incident may be worthy of your attention. You see, both the saboteur and the circumstances of his capture are rather strange. You cannot tell if Vigdis sounds baffled or worried. I think it would be reasonable for Magus Pasquale to take a look at him as well.
What is unusual about the saboteur and the way he was captured?
The thing is, Lord Captain, the saboteur is most definitely a tech priest. He found his way aboard the ship and penetrated all our security systems with staggering ease. Both his ability to communicate with machine spirits and the combat potential of his augmentations are extraordinary. Nevertheless, the enforcers managed to capture him. During the arrest, the intruder, he offered no resistance at all. Instead, he asked for an audience with the great machine spirit. When he realized that the enforcers had no idea what he was talking about, he asked to meet with you. I considered it necessary to apprise you of the situation. This infiltration of a rogue trader's ship operated by authorized engineers casts doubts on my tech comrade's stability. If he is indeed my tech comrade, that is. Regardless, I request permission to communicate with the captive.
Well, I will speak with him.
Understood, Lord Captain.
Understood.
The
So every time I jump, there's going to be events now, because we have entered a new act, and the new act actually has more events stacked up, so to say. So, yeah. The loading screen is still one of the most annoying things for me personally at this point in the game, because they're so long. Every single one of them is so long, and it's loading screen almost continuously. Every time you enter a new zone, loading screen, and stuff like that.
The group of servitors, whose movements are suspiciously well synchronized, stares at the towering prisoner. You do not need to hear them speak to recognize Nomos, who has seen fit to attend the interrogation. The captured man, if he can be called that, looks positively gigantic next to the enforcers at his side. Deadly-looking metal gleams dimly beneath his faded crimson robes, his hands are folded obediently, and his mechadendrites are perfectly still.
I greet the master of this vessel cathedral and offer my humble apologies for this unbidden intrusion. My apologies to you as well, brother.
The interloper inclines his head in the direction of the frowning Pasquale. Then the prisoner turns slightly and looks straight at Nomos's observing servitors.
And of course, I must beg forgiveness from you, Great Spirit. It was not my intent to desecrate your temple.
I honor the fraternity of the Omnissiah servant. It pains me to see you trespassing on board like a thief instead of arriving as a guest.
The giant's shoulders shift slightly.
For that, I apologize as well. I did not expect to find understanding amid the suffocating ignorance that abounds within the laity, and even many of my brethren. For this reason, I chose to carry out my mission in secret and without seeking your permission. My name, if it matters, is Asclepius. Formerly a computator general of the Cognizance Fleet, now a liber recluse with the status of Malatek. Malatecs are exiles whose ideas have not crossed the line of heresy yet have come close to it. They are removed from the fleet's structure to give them a chance to see the folly of their ways, and prevent sedition from spreading.
Pasquale's voice sounds unusually alarmed.
All of that is trivial. My past is nothing but a set of archive data. My lost status is a part replacement string in the long chronicle of the Cognizance Fleet. I come not as the priesthood's messenger, but as a faithful disciple of the most holy Amarnat. My brother once served as the engine seer prime on this ship.
Asclepius gestures around him reverently.
He was an adherent of the school of discontinuing the cycle, as am I. It has spread that far.
It is difficult to discern Pasquale's emotions from his tone.
I know that my brother perished. But before he did, he sent me a message that told of a journey embarked upon by Theodora von Valancius. A journey through a dimensional gate, an artifact more ancient than humanity itself, and toward worlds unknown. The blessed Amarnat was with her. There, upon those dark worlds, he witnessed a great miracle, the birth of a machine spirit of incalculable might. My brother believed that this spirit then fell aslumber within this ship like a child in a cradle, not responding to lowly pleas. That was the purpose of my pilgrimage, to reach the ship where my brother died, the ship upon whose decks the blessed Amarnat had walked, and prostrate myself before the great spirit.
Amarnat? Travel on this ship?
Yes, he did. My brother's words on this were clear. Years ago, Amarnat was part of rogue traitor Theodora's inner circle, before their ways parted.
Tell me about Theodora's journeys.
My knowledge of it is scarce. My brother suspected that his memory, along with the memory of all who might have known the details, had been purposefully modified. He saw it as a sign that the journey had revealed a great truth, and there were those who did not wish to see that truth brought to light. All that he conveyed to me was that Theodora had reached worlds unlike any the people of the Coronis expanse had ever seen. There, she unearthed a great treasure of technology, one that Amarnat had the privilege of experiencing.
What do you know about the Great Spirit?
It is a great miracle, the Omniscia's breath meant to help us discontinue the cycle. It was born of the treasure that Amarnat and Theodora discovered upon the dark worlds. Yet even a being so glorious needs attendants and guides. And as long the cognizance fleet is racked by schism and my brothers and sisters suffer defeats without end, there is no one to aid the spirit. That is why I came here.
Does the name Nomos mean anything to you?
Nothing. He has not come to know us yet. He will if you let him, Octavia the Fire Axe. We know, we sense that his words are about us, that the story he has told is our story.
You are strong, yet you let yourself get caught.
I took a vow that I would never inflict physical harm upon lay people. The Omniscia grants us the power of the true flesh for a purpose other than damaging the frail and blind creatures that are all who have not yet tasted his knowledge.
I've made my decision regarding your fate.
Whatever it is, I will accept it. As will I, and yet I plead that my brother be shown leniency. His story, initial Isis thought. We ask you to keep him for us.
No Moses servitors speak up suddenly, in the faintest of whispers.
You're not mine, and you shall obey my every whim.
This is not what I wished for. But if such is the price to be paid for the right of staying on this ship and beholding the currents of the Great Spirit, then pay it I shall. Let the cycle be discontinued.
No Moses servitors turn their heads to you, and not all at once, in what can be interpreted as an expression of gratitude.
Talk to Nomos about there's so much talking. I'm coming to the point where I am actually getting a bit tired.
You can match the glory of the Space Wolves, the fierce and proud sons of Lemon Russ, Bloodthirst. During the warp voyage, the middle decks reported strange gatherings that were attracting dozens of officers. The spies sent to keep an eye on the cult were careless and gave themselves away, sending the Prophet and his cult into hiding. The bridge and the auger deck lost several key officers who chose to follow their messiah into exile to the lower decks, where it is easier to avoid the void ship's enforcers. Lord Captain. Multiple critical systems are failing throughout the vessel, half the compartments are no longer responding, the ship is falling apart. We request
my presence at the bridge, okay? Okay. Yeah, the loading screens are killing it for me currently. They're killing it kind of badly because it's continuous loading screens as well.
Turmoil reigns on the bridge, with officers running about frantically tapping the cogitator runes, operators issuing commands into hissing vox casters, and enforcers brandishing and checking their weapons. Only the master helmsman looks curiously unperturbed. Raver's ever-scowling face clearly cannot hold any more grim dissatisfaction.
I'm glad you've made it here in one piece, your ladyship. The crew is running ship damage control procedures. The situation has been recorded in the ship's log as Critical Mistress Sourback and I are temporarily in charge of the bridge. I'm organizing the technical staff while Jocasta musters the enforcers. The Honorable Vox and Infernus Masters have departed for the affected compartments to take charge of their subordinates, but remain present on the Vox line.
I wish to know what disaster has befallen us.
Your combeat springs to life. Infernus Master speaking. There have been several large explosions throughout the ship. A cascading blackout has knocked out lighting, transportation lines, air filtration, and heat control across the entire vessel. Multiple fires detected. All Infernus Guild forces have been deployed for emergency repairs. We will save the ship, no matter the cost.
Right now, we are a blind, unpowered, defenseless, sinking spittoon drifting through the abyss. The total volume of outages was nearly enough to turn us into an adamantine casket.
The crew has suffered heavy casualties due to explosive depressurization, loss of air supply to the compartments, multiple fires, and failures in the transportation systems. The numbers are getting worse by the minute.
Was this an accident or was it sabotage?
While we do not know this for certain, I am convinced that we have been attacked from within. We are now more vulnerable than ever.
Her voice is followed by a hiss from the Vox caster. It might have been a chain reaction caused by an accidental failure. The ship is old, that sort of thing can happen. But I commend Mistress Sourback's vigilance. It is appropriate at this hour.
Where's my retinue?
Victus's voice breaks through the shower of static gushing from the Vox caster. They were in their quarters or carrying out their duties when the incident occurred. Immediately after the emergency meeting, I will summon those you request to the bridge as escorts.
Where's the high factotum?
At the time of the accident, Danrik was on the freight line inspecting warehouses. He has not been in contact since. We are assuming the worst.
We must come up with a plan of action.
I've already put together a priority order for the repairs of the critical systems, but many bays have descended into bedlam and riots, making the work difficult. People are terrified and think they're about to die. In addition, some decks have become inaccessible. The trapped crew members' time is running out. Sadly, the optimal survival strategy for the vessel does not include the survival of those poor sods.
Save the vessel. The enforcers must quell the riots and ensure the work is done.
Sourback grabs the Vox caster and snarls.
All enforcers are to don full gear, spread out among the compartments, and maintain discipline at all costs. If anyone dares to distract the Infernus Guild from their emergency work, shoot them. Record this order, hand it to the servo skulls, and distribute it across the decks. Now.
Sourback's personal Vox bursts into life. Her face contorts with rage as she listens to the report.
There's been an incident on the flight deck. A mob of voidsmen and laborers, despicable cowards all, are trying to break through to the shuttles. The enforcers are holding them back for now, but the cordon is in danger of being overrun.
Seal the bay doors and mind the shutters. Let them know that I mean to leave them no choice but to carry out their duties in the name of the Emperor.
She barks orders into the Vox and is answered immediately by a staccato of gunfire. After a while, she nods in satisfaction.
The crowd has been pacified, Lord Captain. A clear demonstration of our resolve and a few public executions have tempered their fervor.
Raver shakes his head, gazing intently at the vid screen of one of the cogitators.
The pressure's dropping. The bridge ventilation system is completely busted, Lord Captain. I humbly request that you move to the officer's deck, where the emergency headquarters are to be established. The bridge is no longer safe, so I must ask you to hurry, while the tech priests are still supplying the elevator with power. My assistants and I will stay here and report on system readings. We have an emergency supply of void suits, so we won't croak right away, Emperor willing.
Okay. Do I actually have wounds now, or...?
The elevator shaft has expelled you into the dim of the emergency lights. The smell of promethium and burnt flesh only adds to the nausea, confirming that you have suffered a concussion. Your elbow is twisted at an odd angle, and your body is racked with pain. But there is a silver lining to all the agony, it means you are not dead yet.
GE Army silly, exalted one be praised.
A disheveled Jay attempts to dust off her ruined outfit. She clears her throat as she glances at you and puts on an innocent expression.
My heart overflows with delight to see that you two are in one piece, Shireen.
Reset the dislocated elbow.
The bone crunches unpleasantly, and a sharp pain pierces your arm, but you manage to reset the elbow. It has swollen and still looks worrisome, but at least you can move your arm now.
Inspect the elevator wreckage.
It is a miracle you have survived. Guide rails lie in a twisted pile over a crown of shattered plasteel. The elevator was equipped with safety devices meant to stop the cabin inside the shaft, but at least half of them have failed. Your fall was no accident.
Look around.
Smoke and darkness limit your vision, but, judging by the stench of rust and unwashed bodies, you are somewhere on the lower decks. You can hear the crackling of flames, groans, screams, and the rumble of falling beams coming from the distance. The disaster has not spared this compartment.
Contact the bridge.
The combead emits only unintelligible hissing. Either it was damaged in the fall or the communication lines in this compartment have failed.
Move forward.
Curiosity sings in my veins.
Curses. Eat Fata, is your Drekker truly so flimsy? That would have been a shameful death.
Broken rib, toughness, and strength.
Sometimes you consult the appropriate treatise on tactical...
Thanks. Your efforts are noted.
This wound will make a fine scar.
Oh, take my transient gratitude.
Okay.
Patience. My nerves are frayed.
A locomotive enveloped in steam halts at the platform with a low rumble. The hardened emergency workers of the Infernus Guild pour out of the carriages. Upon seeing you, they begin to wave cheerfully and shout. Heinrich Montig's face is covered in soot. He smiles broadly, never letting go of his Ilho stick.
Lord Captain, it is good to see you back in good health, however battered. The Voxmaster reported that the elevator had collapsed, so I jumped on the first train and headed down here to look for you.
He holds out a hand as strong as a lifeline.
Let me give you a lift to a safe place.
I am sure many on this ship would be pleased to be rescued with such daring. But it is only right that the rogue trader should get all the nicest things, is it not?
Have you heard of rogue trader flying through their own void ship while free falling an elevator? You ever heard about a rogue trader flying through their own void ship in a free falling elevator?
No, I think that's a first.
Heinrich raises an eyebrow and says politely.
Lord Captain, you sure know how to make a dramatic entrance. Maybe you really are the bringer of woes that simple folk paint you as. Are you sure you didn't curse the elevator? That old thing transported rogue traders for hundreds of years, but then you stepped inside, and down it went.
I'm certain that someone tried to kill me.
Then it is fortunate you are traveling in the company of such big, bad Infernus repairmen. How do we feel about people harming the Lord Captain in front of us, lads?
Heinrich smiles brightly at the furious, almost bestial growls of his subordinates.
Hold out your hand. You could not have come at a better time.
Heinrich winks cheerfully.
Being in the right place at the right time is my duty, my calling even. At your OR.
A shot from a needle pistol misses Heinrich's head by a thread, cutting his elbow stick in two. A frail young cultist of the blood-spun web appears beside you.
Summon Octavia the Fire Axe, cast off the evil hand, it holds only betrayal and wrongful death. Heinrich Montag is not human, and he seeks your demise.
The Infernus Master pulls the last of the elbow stick from his mouth and asks in a low voice.
Have you lost your mind, you damned fanatic?
Take a closer look at the repairman.
The Inferni look baffled, but the astonishment soon gives way to righteous indignation as huge, burn-covered fists clench into instruments of murder. But they are not the only instruments. You see hands slip under clothes and curl around weapon grips. Somewhere in the crowd, you glimpse the all-too-familiar glint of gunmetal.
Enrich, since when is it acceptable for Inferni to carry weapons?
Heinrich spits at his feet in frustration.
You fanatics are always meddling in the wrong business. First the trick with the bloodbath, and now this. We were so close.
The gun leaps into his hand and points at you. A shot rings out. The whistling hits your ears, but the bullet was evidently meant for the young spinner now writhing on the ground.
Blasted traitor.
Heinrich takes out a new elbow stick, lights it from his cutter, and blows out the smoke with a heavy sigh.
Things would be a lot easier if you had just crashed in the elevator. Or climbed onto the train. I wish you two could hear the sire's song in your dreams and await the many-armed emperor. But the harvest season has come, and you must be reaped. You must die so that we may live. I am sorry, Octavia the Fire Axe. Farewell.
Curious creatures. I wish to vivisect you.
You cannot stop this.
The glory of my master!
The true believers will inherit all.
Nothing.
Only the faithful will ascend.
I'm not injured.
This is
I'm
bullshit.
enraged.
You bite like a bomb.
Ah! Strike me. Death's hand reaches for me.
Time to redouble our efforts.
Then bleed.
This is absolute fucking bullshit.
You will go to Mordor with foes as your attendants.
That is such a load of dog crap, dog shit. Really? That's how you're going to do it to me? Literally just like, oh no, we have everything rigged, so you instantly die and everything is before you. Oh. And why was I the furthest forward?
The group of servants.
Okay.
Then the prisoner turns slightly. The judge.
My name. Mail. All. My brother. It has spread that far. There. My knowledge. All that he conveyed. My knowledge. All that he. Yes. Yes. It. Nothing. He has not come to. I took a vow that I would. Whatever it is. As will I. And we ask you to. This.
No Moses servitors turn their heads to you, and not all at once, in what can be interpreted as an expression of gratitude.
And then it's loading screen, unloading screen, unloading. Why doesn't it actually let you, when you've done a warp jump or something like that, actually do anything to you?
During the warp voyage, the middle decks reported the mysterious disappearance of the Prophet, and more frequent inspections of decks and living quarters quickly put an end to the growing popularity of the sect. After Lord Captain.
Okay, first thing we're doing when we come out of this is actually saving, because this is just, it's a bit bullshit, no question about it, but yeah.
The crew is running ship damage.
What is
Your
fallen?
Right.
The crew has suffered heavy casualties due to explosive depressurization.
Sabotage
While we-
accident.
Her voice is followed by a hiss from the
Where's
Voxcaster.
the high
At the-
factotum?
While
Victus's voice breaks through the shout.
Let's have a
I've
plan of
already put
action.
together a priority order for the repairs of.
Save the vessel.
Sourback's personal.
Seal and mine.
My assistants and I will stay here and report on system readings. We have an emergency supply of void suits, so we won't croak right away, Emperor willing.
Okay.
The elevator.
G.
Relocate.
The bone crunch. It is a miracle. The
Look
smoke.
around,
Smoke.
contact bridge, move forward.
In this tapestry of a world,
Save.
I am the rogue thread.
What advice do you seek?
Then we throw on you.
Let me help.
My appreciation.
This will make a fine scar.
Your efforts are noted.
We have goods here.
Curses. Eat Fata, is your Drekker truly so flimsy? That would have been a shameful death.
Yep.
They will see. Oh yes, they all will see.
We're saving here again. Why am I saves coming? Emperor Protector. It puts us in these spots. That's a bit annoying.
A locomotive.
I am sure many on this ship would be pleased to be rescued with such daring. But
No, maybe you really are the bringer of woes that simple folk paint you as.
Certain that
Are you sure you did?
tried to kill me.
Then it is fortunate you are traveling in the company of such big, bad and furnace repairmen. How do we feel about people harming the Lord Captain in front of us?
Heinrich wing. A shot from a needle pistol misses Heinrich's head by a thread, cutting his elbow stick in two. A frail young cultist of the blood. The Infernus master pulls the last of the elbow stick from. The Inferni look baffled. But they are not the only instruments. You see hands slip under clothes and curl around weapon grips. Somewhere in the
Nixon's 1
crowd,
minute
you
6
glimpse the
up.
all too familiar glint of gunmetal.
Yeah.
Heinrich spits at his feet in frustration.
You fanatics are always meddling in the wrong business.
Bastard traitor.
Heinrich takes out a new hoe stick, lights it from his cutter, and blows out the smoke with a heavy sigh.
Things would be a lot easier if you had just crashed in the elevator. Or climbed onto the train. I wish you two could hear the sire's song in your dreams and await the many-armed emperor. But the harvest season has come, and you must be reaped. You must die so that we may live. I am sorry, Octavia the Fire Axe. Farewell.
We bring deliverance.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
My soul shall become like fire.
We're at a tactical disadvantage.
It's fucking bullshit.
Another scar to my collection.
When Fenris is in battle, oceans bleed.
The doors of oblivion.
And they fucking killed me again.
Aim for the heart next time. As the tenants demand. Trust me. Death is a blessing. As honor ordains.
Injury is not an excuse to shirk one's duty.
The blade returns to its sheath.
Okay, how about this?
So it shall be. The wolf is on the hunt. Cubs play.
Can I solo everything with Abelard? Is my big question right now.
Follow my lead. At your beck and call. I'm not interested. I'd rather not.
Why is it? What is that? Okay.
Is that all you've got?
That's up time to prove my mettle.
Fight like I'll inherit all.
I took care of this one.
Honor our fallen comrade. Skidya, my Karamite hide is strong. A born predator does not become predator. It's just a scratch or a sunshine. When Fenris is in battle, oceans bleed.
I bring
Is that all you got? Skidya, my Karamite hide is strong. My saga is nearing it. I will honor the All-Father.
Yeah. So if nothing happens now, then I presume we need to actually win that fight. I don't know how the fuck you actually win that fight though. Because they literally kill me before I have the opportunity to do anything.
one step at a time.
Okay, we're going to go at it differently this time. We're actually doing other conversation options, pretty much. That is the plan now.
A locomotive.
I am sure many
No. Maybe you really are the bringer of woes that simple folk paint you as. Are you sure you didn't curse the elevator? That
Said
old thing.
someone tried
Then
to
it is
kill
fortunate
me.
you are traveling in the company of such big, bad and furnace repairmen. How do we feel about people harming the Lord Captain in front of us,
I
lads?
appreciate the concern.
Heinrich smiles brightly at the furious,
but you
almost
need-
bestial growls of his
You're needed
subordinates.
elsewhere, and I need to get out on my own.
Heinrich shakes his head stubbornly.
Lord Captain, I will not risk abandoning you in a burning
A shot from a needle pistol misses Heinrich's head by a thread, cutting his hoe stick in two. A frail young cultist of the blood-spun web appears beside you.
Domin Octavia the fire axe.
The Infernus Master pulls the last of the hoe stick from his mouth and asks in a low voice.
Have you lost your mind, you damned fanatic?
You know, Infernus Martyr, perhaps you should get off the train so we can figure this out.
Heinrich spits at his feet in frustration.
You fanatics are always meddling in the wrong business.
Draw a weapon.
First the trick with the bloodbath,
Draw a
and now
weapon
this.
without a word.
Heinrich takes out a new hoe stick, lights it from his cutter, and blows out the smoke with a heavy sigh.
Things would be a lot easier if you had just crashed in the elevator. Or climbed onto the train. I
Why
wish you
did
too
it-
could hear the
why
sire's
doesn't-
song in your dreams and await the many-armed emperor. But the harvest season has come, and you must be reaped. You must die so that we may live. I am sorry, Octavia the fire axe. Farewell.
Why does it knock me down? It's so annoying. Okay, so I have full here. So we are just going to start with doing that.
I'll do it.
Can't kick you down. Okay, fair enough. And we're going to burn you.
As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. I am the Tempest.
Okay.
As
Dash
the
here.
Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it.
That one.
Faith without deeds is...
Comes down for one turn.
Doubt is for the weak.
Yep.
None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
I will not die in dishonor.
Curse her.
Too bad I'm still standing.
What? Oh, Cabela is actually stunned. Okay, yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Piercing. Perfect coordination. Okay. Coordinated trap can no longer be inflicted on this creature. Additional attack return. Bolt ambition, combat master.
So it shall be.
Okay.
Not. You bite like a pop. So it shall be.
By the manner of their death, we shall know.
It's so bullshit.
Am I getting paid for this?
Indeed.
Oh, you got staggered.
It will be done.
It ignores. Okay.
A moving target lives longer.
Okay.
You've got a problem. I've got a prize.
Uh, 800 health. Yeah, I.
At your beck and call. I will do my duty.
The enemies of the
Oh,
Emperor will
for
be
fuck's
undone.
sake. I'm getting angry. I am getting angry with this.
As the Emperor commands, I act. This is why I was chosen. I'll do it. Faith without deeds is worthless. Doubt is for the weak. Eradicated.
Okay, revenue author.
The angel Predator does not become prey! Prepare the way for ascension! We bring deliverance.
I'm not injured. I'm enraged.
The fame-hungry come. See how the good succeeds.
Time to redouble our efforts. My ears.
Stand in our way.
It will be done. At your beck and call. Someone else can do this.
Taunting scream.
No matter the cost.
You know what?
It will be done. I will do my duty.
Okay, we're redoing that.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Rejoice in battle! I'll do it. Each strike is a prayer.
Okay, and
As
then
the
that
Emperor
one.
commands, I act. Eradicated.
No.
Faith without deeds is worthless. Each strike is a prayer.
Okay, the Gene Stealers are the only one left now.
So shall I become the All-Father's worthy instrument!
Really? The bolt pistol actually does more damage?
Cubs. My instincts tell me to refuse. Give this task to someone lesser. You bite like a pop.
Indeed. Victory is imminent. At your beck and call. It will be done.
I am his will made manifest. Doubt is for the weak. For you, my Emperor. I'll do it. This is why I was chosen. As the Emperor commands, none can escape the Emperor's judgment.
I hunger for battle. None can do this better. My hand is thunder. My strike is ruin.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. At your beck and call.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
I think we're going to be up here, but yeah.
I'll do it. This is why I was chosen.
So it shall be. Fenris shoulder! Cubs play. Skitya! My Karamite hide is strong!
A tactically sound approach.
That, and then we
That's
just
not
hit him
the
over the head
Seneschal's
with
job.
this sword.
I will do my duty. One to a target.
The death cultist is bleeding out, breathing with a barely audible wheeze.
You are unharmed, Damin. The temple. The Vizier is waiting. He can help. Let me take you.
The blade slips from his weakened fingers and falls to the ground with a clang.
You're unharmed. No! I got fucking wrecked! Examine the spinner.
Heinrich was shooting to kill, and a perfectly aimed shot has torn the young man's lung to shreds. It is a wonder he has not choked on his own blood already.
What do you know about what's happening here? Is this a mutiny?
Mutiny? Yes, the aberration of the ravenous star. Inhumans. The Vizier will explain. Trust. No one.
Wish to know my rescuer... Name of my rescuer.
Spinner. Jorak.
He beams with pride. It is not every day that such a distinguished person takes an interest in his name.
I have not yet done my duty. Go to the temple. It is safe there.
Pick up the cultist blade. I'm afraid you are no longer a fighter. Leave the enemies to me.
The spinner nods.
I will be glad, if with my weapon, the Damin, cuts the threads of the traitors.
Ritual cut. They deal double damage, but target's dodge against this attack is increased by 50%. Okay, fair enough. Hold on, don't die. I'm not done here yet.
What lies beyond?
Okay.
Come, Damin, to the Vizier, to the temple.
We must get you to a healer before you die of blood. No, take me to the temple. Fuck, that was a horrible, horrible encounter.
The figure of the Vizier stoops under the weight of his battle garb. His bony fingers tremble as they scoop blood from the bowl and begin tracing the symbols of war on his withered face. Without breaking the ritual, he addresses the emptiness.
Thread after thread, death after death, the giver of life wove her path. Yes, I have heard. Twice did she find herself caught between undeath and unlife, and twice did the undying one reject her, for the time had not yet come.
Yeah.
His shriveled face turns to you. His lips quiver in joyous anticipation.
Once again, the tenets of the web lead us along the thread of righteous struggle. The foe, the flagship's tormentor, until now unseen, has shown its face at last. My blades have left their sheaths, and duty commands them to slake their thirst with monstrous blood.
Whom are you planning to fight? What is happening on my ship? What's happening on my ship?
Violence and turmoil. A mutiny of twisted souls. The traitors speak in a false voice over the box. They speak of enforcers and officers who sought to slay their lord captain. But seek they did not. It was the murk-wreathed abominations who threatened the Damin. The flagship is split. Those loyal to the true Damin are fighting those who believe the twisted lie. The faithful are shaken, and the unclean press on, claiming the bays one by one.
His voice hums with a dismal energy.
They are taking over our home with the hands of the deceived and the lowly.
What is my retinue doing here?
An omen, a scarlet whisper, bled into the web of prophecy. The foe longed to slaughter those alone in their chambers. But they were too late. The spinners had already led your chosen few to our abode along a hidden thread. A surprisingly sensible plan. I expected something less judicious and more bloodthirsty.
At first, I thought they were coming to finish me off. What a surprise, even a witch gets rescued sometimes.
I had the pleasure of cutting up 2 of the 3 that came after me. I then followed the trail of the one I let go to see where these pests were coming from.
That sudden invasion could have cost your people their lives. They were fortunate that I was up late reading and recognized the garments of the blood-spun web in the lumen's light. Please, knock on the door next time.
I will give credit for assisting a representative of the Adeptus Mechanicus and raise the status of the cult of the blood-spun web on the list of benevolent organizations.
Husband brought me here severely wounded. Do whatever it takes to keep him alive.
This is also the desire of the Undying One. He has not whispered the name of young Jorak, so we may heal him.
Who is our enemy?
The Vizier nods at the emptiness behind you.
Yes, it is time she learned about the ravenous star, about the beasts that appear as men, their malignant flesh imbued with Xeno's filth. Long has the foe lurked, pouring its lies into the minds and veins of the disparaged. The dawns and dusks of generations followed upon one another, spawning veiled abominations, until the Holy Lady of the Ark stirred the profane lair of iniquity. The war emerged from the shadows in the chamber where the living honor death over the ashes, and then spilled forth. The sacred Ark is nearing its ruin, but our lot is not yet cast, your servants not yet broken. The Undying One awaits your deeds to cover you in glory.
If you knew all this, if you knew about the cult all this time, why didn't you tell anyone?
We did not know who our foe is. There was only the appalling shadow upon the bulkheads, the divinations were silent, and no answer was read. But the signs changed when the corruption assailed your flagship. The Undying One bid us bare our blades, and among the deaths of the wicked, answers rang out. At once I sent his spinners to those of the lower bays that should not fall into the foe's hands. Others became guides for your chosen few.
But I killed the cult leader with my own hands.
One sees now that this was but a pawn, ushered into place merely to deflect the falling sword. The player knew the game was forfeit, and thus made a trade, a few of their tribe sent to the slaughter so that they might sell the lie that the foe was dead. They call the true master the Sire, it which spawned the cult. A vessel of Xeno heresy, a fierce yet cunning predator that twists their minds into a single knot with only its will. That knot must be severed.
Heinrich rubs the bridge of his nose in exhaustion.
This is the worst scenario imaginable. All this time, your ship has been carrying the very progenitor of the Gene Stealer cell. A Xenos of immense psychic and physical strength who has total control over the cultists. It must be destroyed. This is no longer a question of our own safety, but rather the continued existence of the Expanse as a whole.
Are you going into battle yourself? You're a little old for that, are you not?
The decrepit old man looks pensive as he twirls a dagger, making it dance between his fingers.
An old blade, if hardened well and honed with care, does not lose its sharpness. Domin Octavia the Fire Axe. I smell no reason to worry about this one's head staying on his shoulders. His bearing tells me all. This worn body belies the spirit of a mighty warrior, the kind who stands tall in the midst of battle, knee-deep in blood and with a grim prayer on his lips.
You're surprisingly well informed about what's happening here.
This man, blind and wretched, knows nothing, but he knows all.
He points a knotted finger at the majestic statue.
He reveals the truth to this unworthy speck, warns him through divinations, and the spinners who dance upon the threads help him grasp the visions.
Come, dress our wounds, we have many lives to take. Many lives to take today.
The death spinner mends the wounds of the breathing with a bloody thread. A horde of predators hunts you, Lady of the Ark. Here, in the dark tunnels, the faithful stand in their way, but death is whispering for them, and they will not last long. Go back to your people, Domin Octavia the Fire Axe, for it is difficult for them to die without your voice. The Vox Master's pleas still echo through the bays, and the muzzles still bark. The spinners say that the enforcer's post has not yet fallen. The end is not now. May the tenets of the web guide your blade, Domin Octavia the Fire Axe. Be swift.
Okay, we leveled up another time. I need more survivability. What can I get to get more survivability? Perfect autonomy, 10 plus armor, pumping it up to almost 60 plus armor. Yeah. Medicae is 60, toughness is 45. Autonomy expert might be something as well. You know what? We're going... Whenever an enemy in 4 cell radius of the executioner suffer damage from my time effects. Okay. Tenacity, brutal, life scar, fire damage, bleeding damage. Combat mastery, 15% more parry, heavy armor proficiency, 10% more dodge, power armor proficiency. Burning blood, thing armor, restless. Still mind. Okay. What is it? Hello, Drex. Hello, Drex. We need something to actually keep us alive more. That is our main problem. We could go heavy armor proficiency, combined with the fact that we got 10% more armor. Do we actually have a heavy armor that is usable, that we can actually make use out of? Sorting type. Carapace. Our armor is really good though, that's the scary part. It's really good already. Deflection. Additional 5 wounds. We have extra 6 armor on it, so that's the scary part. We already kind of have better than what we have here. Reduces the chance of triggering psychic phenomenon. +2 deflection. If the wearer pairs of the warp manifest, the wearer gains a psi rating until the end of combat. That could be good. How long are we streaming for? We are probably streaming 2 or 3 hours more today. Because I am into content that is totally new to me, so I get stuck playing it. Yeah, that's probably the best way of putting it. We like this armor though, because it grants us 6... armor deflection is the thing that is the really good thing on this. Character dodge. Reduce incoming damage is 41. So heavy armor proficiency would actually benefit us, and getting that wouldn't be a bad idea. Yeah. Okay. We want perfect autonomy And we're going heavy armor proficiency. That means we're equipping this. I don't have anything else I can put in to increase, to make it so we can actually do anything really cool. I don't think so, sadly enough. Anything specific in mind, Drex? Why are you asking? Abelard, you are a fucking monster, that's for sure. You've already gotten everything. We're getting Grenadier on you. Why not? An additional attack with a second weapon suffers no penalty. Yep. No, sorry. We have J to deal with. Every critical hit scored, magic decision, momentum, cost effective. Whenever an ally uses an heroic act, gain 5 fellowship, toughness, assigned objective. Using linchpin now spends only 1/4. What is linchpin? What is linchpin? Is it the one I think it is? Oh, for fuck's sake. Plus the advantage. Inquisition degree. Linchpin. Become +1 resolve. Okay, yeah, it's just resolve. Okay, fair enough.
Some choose wealth, others prefer power. And me, well, I'm not that picky. I'll take both.
Kill +1 resolve until the end of combat. Salvation using medkit on an ally. Stronghold. At the beginning of the master tactician turn, if momentum is higher than 125, the first burst attack or attack area attack used by cost 1 action point less. All enemies hit by the tactician have a 10% chance higher hitting cover when shooting. Okay. Respite mouse attack. There we have it. That's what we're going with. Because that means that we can actually use J to reload her weapon, reload her weapon, and all the other characters in the area reload their weapon. Which makes it so we can actually make use out of that in a better way. Cabela. Death Cults. Jinx. Be smart. Anytime an ability or talent used fellowship on one character can instead use intelligence bonus. No. Whenever the assassin attack an enemy that has full says gain 20 dodge. Evasion. Whenever an assassin deals direct damage to a target, becomes slowed. Okay, yeah. I think we already have everything we want on you. You know what? No. Extra health. Agatha! While Arch-Militant is under the effect of Reckless Rush, their attacks doesn't cost NP, Arms Master, Bloody Haze, as long as the Arch-Militant has killed at least one enemy with melee. Not really. Any ranged burst attack, ranged area attack, burst attack, or militant. All enemies hit. Okay, yep. Stronger together. All allies in the party gets 5+ characteristics. It shows one of the humanity's finest. Okay. Okay,
Where's the profit in this?
Ulfar still hasn't gotten his 140. I honestly don't know. I have a feeling that I'm going to be playing this until I'm pretty much falling asleep. Damage to Insidious. Enemies were forced to make a resistance test, but will make a test. Preferred target. It's everything I'm doing right now is totally new content. I got beaten up badly for the first time in maybe 20 hours. Oh, I'm sorry to say this to you, Drex. I already cut the throat of the Eldar. So I'm sorry, but that just had to happen. Fuck you. Yeah.
There will be no peace in my wake.
Death Cultist, do we have anything? I don't think we have anything. No, they don't make servitors out of Xenos. If you're a Xenos, then you should be happy if they do anything to your corpse. Other than put your head on a spike.
In this tapestry of a world, I am the rogue thread.
The time for words has passed. Go. Wash yourself in blood and ashes.
A spinner, his face covered in carved, bleeding GLYPHS, makes a respectful gesture of invitation.
Let me show you the way, Damin.
The way to what?
The spinner points his finger upward, at the ventilation shaft through which you reached the temple the first time.
The path to where the lay people dwell is complex. Web-like. Let me show you.
Show me the way. Yeah, we're going with the same party. I'm going to murder me some gene stealers, because at this point, yeah. The fact that they, to be fair, it was an ambush. It was an ambush. No doubt about it. And yeah, we came out of it barely. But yeah. We're going to hunt ourselves some Xenos now.
They will see. Oh yes, they all will see.
Oh, nice of you. Actually saving. Bifactorum. Laborer.
Janris Danrope puts down the rifle and daps his forehead with a silky handkercher, before shoving it under the tight band of the ammunition belt across his chest. His gilded frock coat is overlaid with a bullet-riddled and melted flak vest that barely fits around his voluminous waist. Behind him, a motley band of enforcers, armed clerks, and laborers greets you with enthusiastic shouts. A group of captives, silent and dejected, sits a short distance away.
I am delighted to see you in good health, your ladyship. I am afraid my report on the inspection of the ship's storehouses will be slightly delayed due to extraordinary circumstances.
Awesome to see that he has actually picked up a rifle. It looks fairly good as... It looks like a sniper rifle, but I'm not surprised. But hey, he's fighting.
The enforcers reported that you had been sighted in this compartment, and I humbly believed it was my duty to head for the freight line with this very modest army. Would you kindly move a little to the right, your ladyship?
The factotum blows the head off a heretic with a precise shot, then lowers his rifle.
Much obliged.
Alfar makes a patronizing gesture.
Not bad, coffer keeper. I wouldn't have thought there was such a taste for bloodshed in your heart. I approve of your vigor.
Janris swells with pride.
After being praised by the angel of the Emperor himself, I simply must end no fewer than a dozen mutineers myself.
I take it the inspection did not go well?
The factotum loosens the straps on his flak vest slightly and gives a satisfied groan.
It was going splendidly until we were rudely interrupted by the traitorous mutants. I am afraid I have temporarily had to requisition weapons and uniforms for myself and my militia. But do not worry, every spent bullet will be accounted for and added to the unplanned extermination of Heretics column in the ledger.
I did not expect you to be so skilled with a rifle, Janris.
I am flattered, your ladyship. I can assure you that smiting heretics is no more difficult than shooting up serfs at my aunt's birthday party. In fact, fighting an armed opponent may even add a certain spice.
Hear my vow. I will continue to spill blood non-stop to heal my wounds until the corrupted that has been befouling my ship is destroyed.
Danroke and your loyal servants freeze in reverent silence. Seldom do they have the opportunity to witness the rogue trader swear a sacred vow to the God Emperor.
I see that all of the Crew's clan are working together to retake my vessel.
You are indeed correct, your ladyship. Serfs, enforcers, officers, tech priests, and tunnel rats have all united in their fight against the rebellious scum. The only ones missing are the Inferni. It seems they were the backbone of this mutiny, and they strangled all those who were not privy to their dastardly plan.
Danroke glances at the wounded prisoners.
Yet, as you can see, our enemies also include those who swore an oath to you not so long ago, crew members who fell for the rebel propaganda. It is your choice whether to sentence them yourself, or to leave the execution to me after you have departed on your business.
How bad is the situation on the ship?
Quite bad, but it could have been far worse if it were not for Mistress Sourback's paranoia and insufferable temper. As you well know, she has a nasty habit of expecting betrayal from everyone except your ladyship. She had therefore taken care to draw up special protocols for all sorts of mutiny, and had stationed agents on every deck. When the riot began, these agents took out many of the seditious officers and mounted a defense. In addition, I have been informed of at least 3 cases in which the officers inciting the enforcers to mutiny were shot by Jocasta's personal aides. It looks she had already been keeping an eye on her least reliable subordinates. I should give the Emperor a candle in gratitude for making her such a suspicious hag. Thanks to your order to put the enforcers on high alert, the traitors were unable to take them by surprise. I watched them take back the bays in full assault gear, sparing neither themselves nor their enemies. That was a wise decision indeed.
What do you intend to do next?
Why, I intend to die for you, your ladyship.
Every member of the militia, from burly enforcer to puny clerk, nods in somber agreement with the high factotum.
But I must admit, we are quite exhausted from fighting our way here, and we are not really suited to being an assault squad. I think your ladyship should head for the enforcer's post. You will be safer there. Meanwhile, we will take a breather and smoke a few more dozen heretics out of their holes. God Emperor willing, I will not have to die a glorious death with your name on my lips after all, and will instead begin auditing the damage the ship has suffered, as well as the losses among the crew. It is a routine procedure, one in which I have become quite proficient.
One step at a time, amidst the madness.
Oh no. We can go the way around, or we can go through the enemy. And I'm in a foul mood. We're going through the enemy at this time. We could make an argument for taking the elevator.
A group of shackled commoners are huddled together on their knees. They wear no armor, just filthy rags and tattered coveralls. Some hide their gaze while others sob quietly or mutter prayers. Only one woman, swarthy and heavily built, glares at you.
What are you waiting for? Just end us and be done with it? Isn't that what tyrants do?
Execute them. I sentence you to death for rebelling against the rogue trader and aiding. Yep.
The woman stiffens but meets her last moment with dignity. Not everyone follows her example.
Things in my veins.
Oh, come on. I literally wanted to just charge in.
Patience. Oh, my nerves
The shop
are
smells of burnt
frayed.
meat and scorched hair. The counter mercifully hides the source of the odor.
I better myself through my service.
Well-maintained saw. War strike 15 to 25 damage.
What
Arm.
lies beyond?
Bolter. Normal.
The route control console stares dispassionately at the carnage unfolding on the tracks. The sounds of an approaching train ring in the distance. With a single command, you could divert the train and send it straight into the thick of the battle, ending the lives of both the Xenos spawn and your subjects. The snarling voice of one of the defenders sounds familiar. It is Captain Klein, one of the enforcers who assisted in the Master-at-Arms' investigation on the officer's deck.
We're saving the people.
The console silently observes your heroism, its lumens blinking with indifference.
Let's see how to dismember you properly.
I can't stand it. I'll do what it takes.
Guided by faith. As the Emperor commands. To my Emperor! I'll do it. God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart.
Seriously? Yeah. You can do that. Reload.
As
Pop
the Emperor
that.
commands, I act. I'll do it. For you, my Emperor!
Okay. Got 2 down there.
As the Emperor
Pop that
commands,
there.
I act.
This way!
Hoping that the soldiers can hold them off a bit. Okay.
My place is at the fore. At your beck and call.
Okay, we're going to taunt screen
Indeed.
you guys. Pop the parry. And hit you. Why?
From every loss, twist.
The Sire's song guides me. See how the wolf succeeds. None can do better than a warrior of the All-Father!
I bring mercy and retribution.
Emperor, protect me.
A born predator does not become prey!
Let's see.
Discharges of the motive force fill the air.
Another stroke of genius!
Watch my back.
Come on. Take cover. Yep, we're popping this.
Don't get too cocky.
What?
Good to see that the stuff is actually how much momentum do I have? We currently have 130.
I can do that with the right incentive. Am I getting paid for this? I hold all the cards.
Shattered foes in my wake.
Goodbye, everyone.
Another one is shattered. Schemes within schemes within schemes.
You think you're going to survive, huh? This is going to do the most damage. Everything. And I killed one of them.
What if?
300 health left. You have 65. Psi rating.
I can do that with the right incentive. Don't get too cocky.
Quick! Quick! Heretics be damned! Follow my lead. For the glory of the Imperium!
Parry, please, I beg of you. Cavella, parry.
I feel nothing. Fear nothing.
Victory is imminent. Reduced to dust.
Okay, another one down.
It will be done. I will do my duty. Just a minor setback.
Fate claims another one.
I challenge you, Damget. Bulls ready! I have become the All-Father's worthy instrument! Cubs play! By claw and fang, the foe will be turned asunder! My hand is thunder! My strike is ruin!
Precision. Give the soldier about to open fire. Soldiers allies will automatically dodge. Okay. Okay. We are popping.
I shall not fail. As the tenet, my blade whispers your name. Trust me, killing brings me no pleasure.
Let's see. What? No! Through the smoke and gunfire. A genius at work. Oh, a wicked thought.
This battlefield air is good for my lungs. Tell me, and it is done.
Another one is
Okay.
shattered.
Attack for the Emperor. The World Trader. Okay. Are you going to say
The
something?
enforcer whom you clearly saw die a minute ago gets up from the ground. Reeling and noticeably astonished, he feels his body with his hands and sticks his fingers into his fresh wounds. Having ascertained that he is alive, He resets his dislocated shoulder with a cracking sound.
Wretched scum. I fought worse than you on Dargonis.
With a look of disgust, the enforcer in the protective mask grinds his boot into a lump of mutant flesh. From the sound of his voice, you recognize him as Captain Klein, the man who performed the autopsy on the mutant during the investigation.
I thank your ladyship for the timely assistance. I thought it was my fate to go down in Aberration's gullet, like poor Genevieve, but the Emperor had other plans for me.
I swear I saw you getting killed.
I could swear the same. I suppose the Emperor's protected me.
He touches one of his fresh wounds cautiously. Glistening pus remains on his fingers. A fresh wound could not have taken this little to fester. As you look closer, you notice clear signs in the wound's ooze. The foulness you let into this bay has already latched onto Klein and shared its gifts with him.
He is, Genevieve is dead?
She sacrificed herself, covering our Sally from the upper decks. She wanted to tell me something before it happened, something important. I could see it in her eyes, but she didn't get the chance. Now, I will never know.
Klein clenches his teeth and winces in pain.
How did you end up in this compartment, soldier?
Mistress Sourback sent my squad and me to the freight line to take charge of the situation. She heard that you had been spotted here and wanted us to lend you support.
Give me a situation report, soldier.
The enforcer post has been lost and is swarming with mutants. Alas, the only ways to the upper decks lie either through the post or through the transport tunnels, but there are enemies there as well.
How did the mutineers manage to take over the post?
By treason. Captain Frenso ordered the enforcers to leave the outpost and led them into a tunnel under the pretext of suppressing a mutiny. As soon as they reached it, however, he began spreading propaganda in an effort to stir up irreverence among the soldiers. He urged them to join the mutiny and eliminate the senior officers. I arrived just in time to execute the traitor Frenso and reclaim control. I ordered the squad to return to the post and take up a defensive position, but it was already overrun by mutants entering through the elevator shaft. They lured us out and then seized our fortifications.
What kind of propaganda was so spreading?
He claimed that the enforcers were being pressured into oppressing their fellow crewmen for the benefit of their greedy superiors. He called for a change of order, including reprisals and penance for anyone who had participated in the crimes of the ship's rotten hierarchy.
Klein pulls his respirator aside and spits morosely.
As far as I know, those speeches were completely out of character.
I agree, Lord Captain. We found a bite mark on his body, one that we've seen before. I suspect he was compromised against his will.
We'll take back the post.
Emperor protect you, Lord Captain. We will cover the rear if the enemy comes out of the tunnels. Be careful, the mutants have mined the guard post. But there is something they didn't know.
Klein squints nastily and hands you a small copper rod with a connector.
This is Frenso's data key that activates the Eclipse protocol. The train control node is vulnerable. If something were to anger or confuse the machine spirits, it could easily lead to a catastrophic accident, a trainload of crashing shells, for instance, or worse. That's why there are tech priests' creations embedded in the walls. They are potent enough to rip the power out of any device. Insert the data key into the cogitator by the entrance, and the post will be hit with a devastating pulse that is lethal to machine spirits. It will burn out the detonators and turn mines into harmless chunks of Feisline stuffed iron.
In this tapestry of a world, I am the rogue thread.
The fact that the enforcers only have knives bothers me more than anything else, honestly. Weber. Okay, so it's just Webers. Sniper rifle. Sniper rifle.
One step at a time, amidst the madness.
The people who tried to escape the fire by diving into the toxic waters were mercilessly gunned down.
Curiosity sings in my veins.
Okay. We are pushing forward. Pushing forward. Took a hit to strength. Okay.
Over here. Help me, for the God Emperor's sake. I am injured.
Demolition.
Although you successfully defused the bomb, the poor fellow has died of his deep wounds. Blooded entrails are dribbling out of his clothes. It is a miracle he even lasted this long.
Brothers, take heed. Protect the pure, my brethren.
Duty prevails. Pay
They
attention.
will see.
Oops.
Oh yes, they all will see.
Yeah, we're keeping those.
Oh, what is that?
I better myself through
Watch
my
out.
service. Never doubt me.
A tantalizing
Some
anomaly.
fur, fleas, and marked territory.
Duty prevails.
Hit a key opens the vault. Opens the vault containing service equipment.
What
Okay.
lies beyond?
Its screen flickering, the cogitator dutifully keeps watch at the entrance to the post. There is a slot matching the rod given to you by Captain Klein. The cogitator accepts the rod and draws it in. The vid screen flashes a torrent of lingua technis, confirming the protocol's activation, and you hear a growing hum from beneath the door. Then, amid the crescendo of noise, the vid screen suddenly turns black and singes you with a burst of sparks.
Look no further.
The woman before you radiates an alien beauty. The bony crest on her forehead, the violet tint of her skin, and the graceful, clawed fingers give away her Xenos heritage. Her robes resemble those of the old mutant you put to death in the family crypt, and her posture is regal and powerful. Sapphire light oozes from beneath the half-lowered eyelids, and a haughty smirk stretches her lips. Biting whispers burst through your head, digging into your mind and probing your thoughts, tasting them. The woman does not move her lips, but you hear a voice speak.
You fight in vain, genetic remnant. We have already won. The Sire's song echoes in the dreams of those who are pure. The rest are destined for oblivion. The Sire's sorrowful phalanx has extended, and soon, the others will follow. Whatever you plan to attempt, it matters no more.
The whispers sink their fangs into your most painful memory as into an exposed nerve, while the canker in your soul echoes ominously in response. Through the woman standing before you, something is staring at you, something you have seen only in your darkest dreams.
You are touched by corruption. You know that your doom is nigh, cursed soul.
Who are you, beast?
The teeth of the mental whispers in your head become sharper. They scratch at your will and nibble on your intellect, eager to expose its secrets. The woman's voice is full of overbearing self-righteousness.
Speak, impure one. Speak all you want, and I will end this battle before it even begins.
Counterattack her mind with psychic powers.
You banish the alien thoughts from your head, but the Magus erects a mental barrier and deflects the attack even before you retaliate. A smile blossoms on her lips.
You are helpless before the might of the congregation of the pure.
Urge to Xenos.
The woman gracefully raises her hand and points a sharp claw at you.
Children of the reaping, kill the heretics. Glory to the sire.
A curious specimen.
The angel's blessing awaits. The true believers will inherit all.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. Indeed. I'm not interested. Victory is imminent.
We bring deliverance. Messiah's guide.
An offering of blood.
We bring deliverance.
Pain and duty go hand in hand. I've suffered worse.
Death comes in silence. As honor ordains. Caught by the web. The shadows will see it done.
A strike of terror pierces the heart.
Awaits. Let your soul be purged. I shall not fail.
Okay.
Fenris is in battle.
What?
The true believers will inherit all.
Step by step, I lead. Schemes within schemes. Another one.
10 times.
A wicked thought.
That might actually go down, yeah.
Only the faithful will ascend.
Your sacrifice is inspiring. Strike me again. See what happens.
My ears are ringing.
Doubt is for the weak. Faith without deeds is worthless.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out how to do this in a good way, but
I'll do it.
at this point, you just like kill as many as possible. The more people that have burning stacks on them, the better it
As
is.
the Emperor commands, I act.
The wolf is on the hunt.
Fly, yeah.
So shall
Sounds become unbearably loud.
none can do this better than a warrior of the All-Father.
Living on the edge.
Okay, and we're doing this
You've
first.
got a problem, I've got a prize.
Behold my artistry! What if? Ah, another one is shattered. Fate claims another one.
That was... And what? Inquisition decree.
They'll write legends about me.
Oh, a wicked. The bloodiest pile.
So many went down.
The storm approaches.
$500 damage. Okay, yeah, that is juicy. So it's only these two here left. Mental Tyrant, Magus Patron. So that's 500 damage. How much is this? Roughly 500 as well.
Oh, a predictable downfall. There will be no peace in my wake.
Unlocked.
Okay, so that's in improved weather. What is the difference? Target hit must become immobilized at the end of the turn. The target must pass the agility test to remove it. Okay.
One step at a time, amidst the madness.
Do we have anything more here, or?
Let us seize the moment.
Oh yeah, Death World Origin is pumping up.
The Vox machine belches out a shower of sparks and wheezes in agony. Although crippled by the pulse that kills machine spirits, it continues to extract the ghosts of other people's voices from the ether.
To all who remain loyal to the dynasty, this is the Lord Captain speaking. I'm still alive and continuing the fight against the mutineers.
Victus's voice cuts through the barrage of white noise. Lord Captain. God Emperor be praised.
Describe the situation on board to me.
Mistress Sourback and the enforcers are defending the officers' deck. I am also here, coordinating the loyalist forces. The key compartments are holding, but we have not been able to turn the tide of battle just yet. The bridge has been overrun by the enemy. The Master Helmsman's fate is unknown.
Why has the bridge not been taken back?
Judging by the density of the defenses, it is where the rebel leader is holed up. Mistress Sourback has launched 3 assaults, so far without success. We are taking control of the elevator shaft to launch another attack, but the platform has been destroyed and the emergency elevator can only accommodate a small force.
I shall crush the enemies of humanity and purge the ship. No one dares to command on my bridge. Lower the emergency elevator. I'm coming up.
Understood. May the God Emperor protect you, Lord Captain.
Patience? My nerves are frayed.
Okay. So we are now a psyker that uses heavy armor. Flash. At the start of the turn, they restore 10% of the max health if the character has less than 20. Okay. Martyrdom. Character gain additional 12 wound for those wounds. How much health do you have currently? That's a good question. You have 100 and... What? Why do I have -5 to all stats? Original. Yeah. Shot through. Toughness, I have 50. You know what? Flesh wound. We're going with that one. Flesh wound. Persuasion. Commerce. Deadly aim. Flesh wound on you as well, I think. Yep. Demolition, no. Athletics, awareness. You know what? Athletics. Push and pull, eager battle. During the first turn of the combat, the character gains additional action points. Firebrand. Grievous wounds. Know it all. Assassin's Death Whisper, Killing Edge, Dispatch. You know what? What is that multiplier by? Toughness. Okay. Medicine. It's actually kind of related to you, honestly. Deadly aim. Character has damage against enemies is increased by 1 for every 5% characters dodge and enemies. Yeah, sure. Avalor is actually 180. Okay, that's... Firebrand. Shot through, deal over penetration, tricky defense, tougher steel. Character's deflection is double against single attacks. What is your deflection? That's actually a fair point. There's 6 deflection. So now you have 12 deflection. Okay.
They will see. Oh, yes. They all will see.
Oh, yes. We will continue on the rampage. No one fucks up my ship, except me. How dare they do that?
Monster is operating aboard the ship. Protect the true Lord Captain and eliminate the pretender along with all the traitors.
An exact copy of you sits on the throne, a sinister double, crawled into this reality from behind the looking glass. Her gaze meets yours, and the world expands sharply, crushing you with an overwhelming sense of your own insignificance. From somewhere far away, across millions of light years, a god is looking at you through those eyes. He sees you and he is hungry, insatiably, unquenchably so. His very presence is unbearable. It washes over your mind, twisting and crushing it. You feel a wet crack inside your skull, and blood comes pouring out of your eyes and nose. You are snapped out of your stupor by Raver's harsh bellow. The Master Helmsman's eyes are empty, his pale lips curling in fury.
Not one step further, void scum. I sentence you to death for endangering the Lord Captain's safety. Master Helmsman, are you out of your mind? The rogue traitor stands before you. Step aside before I shoot you for treason and insubordination. No, Abelard. The rogue traitor sits upon the throne, and you dare drag this reactor sludge onto the bridge. You must have grown senile in your old age, Seneschal, if you cannot even distinguish her ladyship from an impostor.
Raver shakes his head, a trickle of blood running from his ear.
Even shakes his head, a trickle of blood. Raver, you saw me fall to the lower decks in the elevator with your own eyes.
Quick shit. The Lord Captain never left the bridge. We dropped the elevator to keep the mutineers out.
Wound Ravenor. You're not yourself, and will stop you for your own good.
Raver tries to catch you in his sights, but falls to the deck before he can steady his hand. There is bloody foam bubbling from his mouth.
No. The Lord Captain is in danger. I must protect.
He stops, his chest rising and falling heavily. He is badly wounded, but he will live if he receives help soon. Your doppelganger remains seated and motionless on the throne, but her posture betrays the tension of a predator ready to pounce. She catches your gaze, and the vessel of your soul overflows with a cascade of images and feelings. You hear a song, a chorus of countless whispers that weave a tantalizing melody. You feel a unity with something great and beautiful. It is bigger than you, bigger than this ship and everyone on it.
Smile at the impostor, I do not fear you.
Your twin leers back. With razor-sharp teeth, her grin rips open your mind, and a primal dread slithers in through the gap. It is a terror woven into the genes of every living thing, the paralyzing fear of the natural predator of one's species. There is nothing human in the smile emanating from that face you know so well.
Abelard, there's a vile creature sitting on my throne. Get rid of it.
The Seneschal adjusts his grip on his weapon and growls.
Only one woman may sit on the throne of the rogue traitor, and that is Octavia the Fire Axe von Valancius. Wretched pretenders, craven Xenos, enemies of humanity, their only rightful place is in a pool of blood at the Lady of the Dynasty's feet.
The bridge shudders as a crushing roar billows across it. Behind the facade of that leering face, you glimpse the monstrous shadow, the shadow in the void that wants only to devour you.
I wish to vivisect you! The monsters demand your death!
Venom's Markman, discreet deal against prone enemies. Okay, so it's Inferno Master, Gene Stealer. Neophyte Hybrid Marksman. Okay, let's just fucking go.
Brace yourself, Abelard!
The angel will reward us. You bite like a bug.
At your beck and call. It will be done.
Prepare the way for ascension.
Captain, that you are alive and you, wherever you are, urge you not to trust anyone. There are traitors everywhere. But enforcement
At your beck and call.
loyal to you. We are all still loyal to you.
Okay.
I will endure.
Sloth in our ranks!
Another scar to my collection.
I will not die in... Death whispers my name.
Just a minor setback.
Hey, now's not the time to lie around.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Twisted wonders emerge.
Okay, so what do you have? Content, mind control, fail past the target, forced to fight against allies for 2 rounds. Load summon reinforcements. You know what?
A maelstrom of madness! Schemes within. Another one.
My death.
A genius at work.
Of ascension await.
A wicked, unpredictable downfall. Let's see.
By the wolf's eye, perish! So it shall be. See how the wolf succeeds. I don't like that. Wolves raise, my hand is thunder. My strike is ruin. Corpse retribution. Feel the icy bite of death!
Another one is shattered.
Not my worst day.
Is that all you've got?
Death's hand.
You will be remembered in my saga.
So annoying. It's rough. It's really rough. Because survivability seems to be, especially fighting these gene stealers, like survivability is the thing that actually I'm struggling with. Okay. Cabela, what do we have for you? Can we actually put anything better on you? I highly doubt we can put anything better on you to actually improve your survivability. Gain 1 resolve. Is that worth it? I don't think it's worth it, honestly. And no helmets actually show up on you. I forgot. That is really irritating. Well, if I keep surviving, that's good. Don't really have anything else I can put on you, do I? I think that's good on you. You have an immensely high dodge. I don't understand how you keep getting hit. You also have a fairly high dodge. Why do you keep getting hit? I don't understand this. Dodge. Can we slap another one on you? Parry against melee attacks, 10, 5 agility. No, that's worse. That's worse. We don't want to use that. 17. What is that based on? Imperium lore. Okay, you got yourself a new armor, that's for sure. 76 armor. We went down in dodge a bit, but went up in armor immensely. No deflection though. 27% more damage. Commissar. No. Awareness. Whenever bleeding, burning, and toxic effects by the wearer deals damage on an enemy, the enemy suffer -5 armor penalty against the wearer, and critical hit stacks. Okay, yeah, no, that is good. Burning makes them so they can dodge less. What can we put on to give survivability in a good way? Medicine. Use 1 per turn. Remove all not relevant. So removes the first damage over time effect on someone. When the wearer dodge and attack, they become at the beginning of combat, the wearer gains a shadow field on the disc where it counts as being full cover. This effect is lost when the wearer is hit by a ranged attack or suffer damage from it. Okay, we're going to use that one. You already have 2 there. What should we do with you, Cabela? $105 trade. 105. Okay. We're giving this another try. We have switched around certain things to gain more survivability and see where it goes. For us to win this fight really easy, we need to have 1 round rotation.
Master Helms. No, Abelard. The rogue traitor sits upon the throne, and you quick shit.
Raver tries to catch you in his sights, but falls to the deck before he can steady. Your doppelganger remains. Your twin leers back. With razor-sharp teeth.
Get rid of the throne.
The bridge shudders as a crushing roar billows across it. Behind the facade of that leering face, you glimpse the monstrous shadow. The shadow in the void that wants only to devour you.
A curious specimen.
Death to the defilers!
Fire. Abherent. Hybrid Acolyte. Abherent. No, I can't do that because they're in the way. Okay. Fall back further. Okay, Acolyte Hybrid. Dean Steeler is going last, the one behind me. Okay, great. Daughter.
A born predator does not become prey! It's just a scratch.
Okay. Okay. How are we doing this? How are we doing this? How are we doing this? We start with doing you.
I can do that with the right incentive.
And we're going to pop. Why? Is it doing that much, the fact that I switched out that psychic thing? Is it stacking that much? 28% more damage? Is that... Okay, yeah. Yeah, might be the one that actually does that.
Oh, a genius at work. Schemes within schemes.
Am I getting paid for this? Tell me, and it is done.
Dodged it. Okay.
You've got a problem, I've got a prize. Don't get too cocky.
How do we do this in a good way? How do we do this in a good way? I don't think there is a good way, honestly. They are the ones that are like super immune to it. Okay, fair enough. I think one is going to cut it and healing damage though.
Oh, in there, despair. Another stroke of genius. I brook no opposition.
Okay. 68 stacks. Okay, yeah, this might be the one, yeah. Still have energy
Your
left, so
survival
let's
is
heal up.
preferable.
Ministration is a holy task.
Schemes within schemes within schemes.
Okay. One step forward and
I'll do it. Doubt is for the weak. Faith without deeds is worthy you, my emperor!
Can we switch to that?
I'll do it.
You has to
In
be
thy
probably
light
the
I
worst
stand,
shot
and thy
we
light
have.
I crave. As the emperor commands. Doubt is for the weak. Rejoice in battle!
Follow my lead. I will do my duty. It will be done.
Okay.
I will leave footprints of scarlet.
Not the best, but hey. Had all the play dude who got to actually equip that.
Let your soul be purged.
Deals no damage, huh?
As honor ordained, caught by the web. I would that I could. My blade whispers your name.
Might be in a bad move. So.
Let's see.
What?
A new note in discordant melody.
I hold all the cards.
Okay. So hit you. Then follow up on that again.
Predictable downfall.
Okay, we got reinforcement. Okay, not great, but ooh, that one might be rough. Kill you. Oh, 700 damage. Okay, I have no way of getting out here. So if I do this...
A genius at work.
We ignited him. Okay, fair enough. We mean 700 damage. Can I kill you?
Fate claims another one.
Okay, that's one more down.
Schemes.
Okay. That one is troubling.
Another one is shattered.
That one will die now then. Great, we are out of that.
I can do that. Whoa! I want a medal for that one. Am I getting paid for this?
Okay, we're reloading. That means Agatha also reloaded.
Tell
Pop
me
that.
and it is done.
Oh, hello, Ulfar. Hello.
None can do this better than a warrior of the All-Father. See how the wolf succeeds!
Okay, he's dead. How many burning stacks do you have? That's what I want to know. 143. Yeah, you're dead. I love how we've actually broken the game, because it's no longer 14 free. It's 143, but it's too much damage. Too much damage.
Wolves reign. So shall it be. Is thunder. My strike is ruin. Deliverance.
Pain soothes my soul.
Okay.
You are marked for demise.
Shadows start to bleed.
Pain is but an illusion.
Oh yeah, you don't have all the fire stacks. Okay, fair enough.
It's better to hunt alone than with you.
Thought that would
I'll do
work,
it.
but yeah.
As the Emperor commands, I give my
Competence.
How are we going to win this fight? Turn the flamethrower on them.
The enemies of the Emperor
What do you,
will be
the enemy, right? The enemy, right?
I'll do it. You, the Emperor. My soul shall become
Oh,
like
30 damage.
When Fenris is in battle, oceans bleed.
No pleasure. I am your blade and shield.
This is the reinforcements. I think. Let's do that. And
Let the blood of the wicked be shed as thou hast.
An otherworldly screech pierces your ears.
As the tenets demand. The shadows will.
okay.
I shall not let your soul be purged. Trust me.
Goodbye. Okay.
Our existence is so fragile.
Injury is not an excuse to shirk one's duty.
You jest, surely.
What?
Okay.
Ah.
Now I'm really riled up. Me?
Why? Why?
Never in 1,000 sectors. I know what I'm doing, usually. Wanna see a trick?
Skitya, my Keramite hide is strong. Comes play. So shall feel the icy bite of death. You bite like a pot. Wolves reign. So it shall be. My hand is thunder. My strike is ruin. Wolves reign. So it shall be.
A dance of blades and shadows. As honor ordains. Trust me. As honor ordains.
This is a tough fight overall, honestly.
This goes against the tenets. Trust me. Caught by the web. As honor ordained, let your soul be purged.
What is it? No, it's Cabela that. That goes up to 1,000. That's interesting.
The shadows will see it done.
The true believers will inherit all.
There is only yours or mine.
Our fallen comrade.
We're going to need to do another one of these. That was a good try, but problem was Octavia got killed. Cannot have... Yeah. We don't have any damage anymore. Octavia is the one that actually is dealing a lot of the damage. We survived with Octavia and we saw what Octavia actually can do, because if she lets loose, everything just dies. Everything. And if we get the...
A void ship is like a city unto itself, inhabited by thousands of people, most of whom are disenfranchised rabble providing an easily replaceable workforce.
Okay.
The common folk's only mission in life is to toil away in the name of the flagship's insatiable demands.
Okay, you're not going to have that one. We're putting that on... Can you equip it, Argenta? Can you actually equip it? So by type. Yes, you can. Okay, great. And we're doing this, Argenta.
When the faithful are idle, heresy grows. Injuries will not slow me.
Okay. And on you, we are going... We're not going this one. We are going the one we had on before, the Psyker one. Where do we have the flame ring? Flame digi ring. Yes. Pushes away. You can take off a med kit. Also, the grenade decreases the psi rating by 1 until end of combat. Energy. That might actually be good. Abelard is a fucking monster. He is staying around, but he gets mind controlled. That is the problem with Abelard in this fight. He gets mind controlled. I'm out of flame grenades, which is probably the biggest thing overall. Okay, yep. We are going to try the same kind of movement we did last time. I want to see if we actually get a decent starting order this time as well. Yeah.
An example.
Continue.
He's very.
Continue.
No, Abelard.
You saw me fall
Good
down,
shit.
wound him.
Raver tries to catch you in his sights, but falls to the deck before he can steady.
Continue.
Your doppelganger remains.
Try that.
The doppelganger peers into your smile. Displeased. concerned. From the imperious look in her eyes, she expects submission, but there is no submission or fear in you. And this inspires terror.
Abelard, there's a vile creature sitting on my throne, get rid of it.
The bridge shudders as a crushing roar billows across it. Behind the facade of that leering face, you glimpse the monstrous shadow. The shadow in the void that wants only to devour you.
Abelard, Gene Stealer, Infernus. Okay. Why am I getting such shitty luck all the way over there, huh? What is that debuff you have on your mental onslaught? Character's willpower. Okay. That's on you as well. It's on you as well. You as well. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Ouch.
Is that all you got?
Allfire is getting a beating.
You bite like a pup. My blood is all but gone, but my bones still stand.
Indeed.
Forceful.
It will be done. At your beck and call.
Eat your Aegis, O Emperor.
I bring mercy and retribution, as the tenets demand.
As on throw that there. Then we're going to pop that. We're then going to hit all three of you. It's going to apply bleed on you guys. And then we're just going to jump back.
Caught by the web.
Almost killing him. Okay.
The Sire Song guides me.
Guided by faith.
Apparent acolyte hybrid. Marksman.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
Stun
Faith
grenade.
without deeds is worthless. I'm not injured. I'm enraged.
Okay. Yeah, heal
Blessed
yourself.
be the hand of the healer.
attendant.
I feel nothing, fear nothing.
Okay, okay. How are we doing this?
Let's see. A predictable downfall.
Okay. We pop that.
A wicked thought.
Jay is still alive. We have Jay and Octavia still alive. That is the two main participations in the combo we're using.
Let's see. Schemes within schemes.
It's Jay's turn. Okay, we're doing this.
With the right incentive.
And then we're doing this.
Don't get too cocky.
Behold my artistry! What if? Well, despair. Oh, a genius at work.
An otherworldly screech pierces your ears.
Another one.
No longer take tests. If the target's an ally, every melee attack. Inflict burning.
The true believers will have your
An offering of blood.
I've suffered worse.
Oh, a predictable down.
Too bad I never leave debts unpaid.
Finest honor.
I hold all the cards.
That will kill everything that isn't new. That's pretty much it. Okay. Can I do this? Wait. If I do this...
Of madness. A wicked.
How is this going to be?
Not yet. Not by your hand.
Okay, and then we do this.
Schemes within. Another one is shattered.
Nice, nice, nice. That means we just healed Kybella and Abelard for a fuck ton. 200. Okay. I can kill the two of you.
Let's see.
The air temperature drops a few degrees.
Okay, great. And then just like... Can I ignite you as well? I can ignite you, yeah?
Genius at work.
93. 200. That would kill
Let's see.
him as well.
Flames! Another one.
That one fighting over there, and I can actually hit him with that. Okay. How many? 29. Not.
See? Another one is shattered.
Okay, you have 123 of them. Okay, yep.
You've got a problem. I've got a prize. Don't get too cocky.
How much? I thought we switched out so you actually have the psi or the suffer 8 toxin. One stack of resolve.
I can do that with the right incentive.
It's just a scratch.
No.
My luck finally run out.
Oh, a wicked thought.
Okay.
Time to redouble our efforts. Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Deliverance.
But what? Why can't I do anything? Why can't I do anything with you? What is this bullshit?
In my way.
What? The cycle suffers direct damage from enemies. Looking like. Why can't I actually move?
A born predator does not become prey. None can do this better. I will carve runes out of your bones. So it shall be.
Oh, my ears are ringing.
See how the wolf succeeds.
Creature bleeding suffer.
My instincts tell me to refuse. Comes play. I have become the All-Father's worthy instrument!
Hybrid Gene Sealer's Sire.
Give this task to someone lesser.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Pain soothes my soul.
Victory is imminent. Indeed. It will be done.
When Fenris is in battle, who shan't bleed? The true believers will inherit all.
Yep. 300.
Oh.
Skitya, my Caramite hide is strong.
Okay. He's down. He is down.
My blood is all but gone, but my bones still stand. Wolves reign!
Why can't I attack with you? I really don't understand what's going on in this fight, because 1 second I can't do anything with one character, then it's the next character.
At your beck and call. Victory is imminent.
Taunting scream those guys.
I'd rather not. I will do my duty.
Okay.
Aim for the heart next time. The undying Emperor whispers his will. My blade whispers your name. Let your soul be purged. Trust me.
Then we'll go back and kill the last one there.
Come, the other side awaits.
Okay.
Schemes, unpredictable downfall. Oh, a wicked Wicked thought.
My saga is nearing its glory.
Even angels die.
Benji, one.
Okay. Okay. Fuck, that's a hard fight.
Another one is shattered.
The hulking carcass of the monster lies in front of you. The amber fire has left its baneful eyes, departed along with the last drops of foul blood oozing from its wounds. In the distance, the master helmsman slowly regains consciousness. He immediately recoils from the dead creature, swearing profanely.
Lord Captain, I'm guilty as charged. I was not myself. I fell for the filthy Xenos' tricks like a green cabin boy. I make no excuses. I know the rules, and I request capital punishment. Strike off my head and be done with it.
There will be no execution. You have duty before the dynasty, and you will bear it.
Then the old tub will have to put up with me a while longer. I appreciate your clemency, Lord Captain.
The Master-at-Arms stands at attention, ignoring the wounds and burns covering her face and body.
Lord Captain, the vessel has been secured. The mutineers in all compartments have lost the will to fight all at once. Some have fainted while others have gone into shock or panic. I believe they sensed that their despicable overlord was dead.
I met Captain Klein on the freight line. He showed great ingenuity and valor.
You can always count on veterans. I will present the old man with an award. Throne knows he has earned it, and then some.
These things can dominate anyone's mind. Are you sure there are no traitors among your people? Where is the Infernus Master now? The traitor tried to finish me off.
That entire traitorous bloodline should have been sealed in a tank of Viceline, thrown into the void, and blown up a long time ago. The Horson has mounted a defense in Bay 45 F1, but my people have his gang cornered. We will get him soon enough.
Her servo skull rattles to life and projects a hologram onto the deck. A blurred replica of Heinrich Montig stares at you, blood oozing from a wound on his temple. One of his hands is bound with a tourniquet, and he is lighting a hoe stick with the other.
Hey, Bridge, do you copy? I see you have not yet changed the access SOMs. Are you celebrating your victory, Octavia the Fire Axe?
No, I'm just deciding where in the trophy room to hang the head of the monster that I just vanquished.
Your arrogance never fails to amuse. Yes, I underestimated you, as well as your retinue, those bloody zealots, and that sadist Jocasta. Who would have expected such fierce resistance from a bunch of false believers?
The Infernus Master appears serious, somber. The usual cheerful insolence has vanished from his face.
I wanted you to see my face before I die. Commit it to memory. One day, you will realize what sacrilege you have committed, and in that moment, you will remember me.
You addled, pathetic Ashmag.
Jay shakes her head.
Just do yourself a favor and give up the ghost, Heinrich.
Remember you, Kraken Spawn? You are a brazen one.
Alfar bursts into laughter.
I will compose a fine verse about this day, about the bloody battle and the victory over your abominable master. But you, spooter of lies and betrayer of humankind, there won't be a single line about you.
Now that it's over, will you tell me what the Genes to your cult plan was?
You don't know when to stop, do you, Octavia the Fire Axe? Fine, I'll tell you. We were close to our goal, a few more years, a few more pure converts to the true faith, but the spinners pulled that stunt with the bath and you seized on their tip-off right away. When it came to the telepathic ritual, it became clear that you weren't going to leave us alone and that we'd have to start the harvest season early. Our old Magus appeared to you during the rite and led you on a false trail. He lulled you into a false sense of security by throwing a small portion of our forces to the wolves and sacrificing himself to buy time to prepare for the harvest. We orchestrated the elevator accident, but you survived, and then I almost intercepted you there on the freight line, but the blood-spun web interfered again. You could have been part of us, part of something great, something real. But you ruined everything. Everything.
How did that monster, your leader, come onto the ship?
He has been here a long time, longer than you or anyone else. His blessed feet crossed these decks centuries ago, when Theodora's predecessor still called himself Lord Captain. He came from the stars where the many-armed emperor dwells to bear his word, but then he faced a great massacre at the hands of the wicked. And yet the venerable sire kept his message safe and took refuge on this vessel, away from the persecution of heretics. When that false Lord Captain led our ancestors on board, the sire heard their pain and answered their pleas, blessing them with genetic purity. He protected us after that, joining our thoughts together into a single song. He was the true Lord Captain of this ship.
You were born a human, or an aberration?
I am pure. My mother and father both trace their lineage back to the ones who received the gift of genetic perfection from the sire himself. Had there been a few more generations between us, I would have resembled the sire more closely, but each of us has their own calling. I look almost like a false believer.
Heinrich lifts the welding goggles from his forehead, exposing the rudiments of a purple crest.
Which means that I was destined to be a spy among you.
By killing your sire, did you feel the abomination die?
Heinrich winces angrily.
We all felt every single moment of the blessed angel's agony. And then he died, and our dream died with him. You snuffed it out and stomped on it like a lho-stick butt. Now, his song will not return to our dreams. The many-armed emperor will not see us.
There's no sense in fighting anymore. You already lost. Lay down your weapons.
And then what? Will you spare us?
Of course not.
Heinrich laughs hoarsely.
I wouldn't believe you if you said otherwise. No, I know I'm a dead man walking. But there are unarmed people here with me, our families, who have neither the desire nor the ability to fight. Our children, our elderly. People like my sister and niece. Do you want their blood on your hands as well? Will you take revenge on them, too, or is my life enough?
If I let you go, you will start scheming and killing, infecting people again.
No, we will merely fade away. The sire is dead and his pure blood offspring have been butchered. They alone, our pristine kin, could bestow the kiss that allowed his song to be heard. The orphans and widows are of no threat to anyone. Drop them off in any remote wilderness.
Your people will die with you. Such is the lot of the Xenos and the mutant.
In that case, we will die together as a family.
You hear shouting and gunfire in the background. Heinrich hastily finishes his final ho-stick.
Jocasta's mongrels have begun their attack. It's time to say goodbye, Octavia the Fire Axe. It's a pity I couldn't share the blessing of purity with you and make you part of our family. A pity, too, that we couldn't kill you either. But we all must play the cards we are dealt. And now we take our leave the way the true masters of fire should. The finger of truth has 3 sorrowful phalanges. One is shattered, but...
The Infernus Master smiles widely, pulls a remote control from his pocket, and pushes a button. There is a sharp beeping of detonators, a monstrous roar, and the projection disappears. For a while, the sound of flames crackles from the speaker before abruptly cutting off. Sauerback mutters something into the combead, then hisses angrily.
Thermal charges. The Void Rat blew up the compartment, along with himself and the entire assault team.
Wish I could have finished him off with my own hands.
I wish you could too, Lord Captain. That was the last pocket of resistance. The mutiny has been suppressed, Lord Captain. The enforcers are now carrying out a sweep of the compartments, and the officers are forming new repair crews to replace the Inferni. The ship's critical systems have been stabilized, and your throne has been liberated. Thousands of dynasty subjects are waiting for your orders, so all that remains is for you to take the captain's throne and affirm your dominion. All hail House von Valancius.
That was a rough one. That was a real rough fight. Rip suit? Whenever the wearer is attacked, the attacker's critical hit chance against... Okay. Heavy breacher boost. After the wearer makes an area attack, they gain 4 movement speed. The wearer can skip the turn to make an ally of their choice immune to all damage until... Oh, that's nasty. We got a needle pistol. LD pattern. What is this? Property against Xenos enemies. Why do they have Xenos enemies? More bolters and stuff like that. Okay. Bone Cracker. Every basic attack made with this inflict a random trauma on the target. Yeah, that's horrible. Marksman.
Curiosity sings in my veins.
Yeah, one more here somewhere. Two officers and crew members who remained faithful their vows of service to this ship is ours, glory to the Von Valencius dynasty. There are certain things that makes me like, okay. There are certain things I missed. The puzzle in the monastery in Act 1, for example, and stuff like that. Then I'm just like, what did you get from that? Because here's the kicker. There's a lot of really good items around there. Okay. Oh, we literally have one of those, huh? It is literally just complete. Complete. Okay. Expanse. Okay. That has to be one of the roughest extortions I've had since I actually started playing the game. That fight was rough. Real rough.
An officer of the Augur team reports that this world, covered in thick forests and steep mountain ranges, is of no particular interest except for one fact: a fierce battle has unfolded between a group of Xenos. A multitude of small ships are concentrated around one area, some of them heavily damaged or outright destroyed. Around the cluster of ships, scanners detect a plethora of xenoforms employing unidentified weapons and technology. Mara's High supposes that in this location the surviving warriors of the Reaving Tempest could engage their pursuers from the other cabals that crave their deaths. The Xenos is determined to land on the planet and meet with the Druckery from his cabal, or unceremoniously barge into the battle, whoever the enemies may be. The Xenos demands that the Lord Captain's best warriors set out with him.
Yeah, let Melisai go down there.
After several long hours, Mara's High's shuttle finally docks with the rogue trader's void ship. Of the group that was sent to the planet's surface, only the Xenos returned, covered in blood from head to toe. With a smug, snake-like smile on his face, having evidently enjoyed what happened, Mara's High hands the Lord Captain a blood-soaked trophy.
Yep. Well, we have 42 people now. Dragonus plus... Okay, yeah. One other project must be Fortress. Okay, so it's these guys. Okay, fair enough. Security, Carlos Backlund. Yeah. What do we have here? Is it anything that is like... all the inhabitants of the Expanse place their trust in the rogue trader during their hour of need. Flagship restores 30% cooldown of ultimate again at the end of combat. Okay, fair enough. Whenever the wearer attacks any target within the 5 cell radius with range attack, gain 10% damage. The rep is what I'm out after there if I actually go for that. Bastion. Chronos Expanse. Oh, so we can't actually get this. Chronos Expanse is needed that stalwart defender. Foulstone. We don't have Foulstone as a place, so we can't get this one. So it is this one we need to go for. That's a bit sad. That one we need Bastion for Blood Pure. That is on... Don't know where that's from, honestly. Completed in the Protectorate. Rogue Trader may convince. Bastion. So this is the thing we can get. Must be completed Bastion? Really? We can't get the Bastion because we don't have Foulstones. We're screwed. Okay, fuck you, game. Let's get the orb shipyard. Yeah. Must be completed. Following must be completed. Following must be completed. We can get that one, we can't get the Bastion. By sending children to every dark sector in the corner. Corners of class is needed. The Faustone can help by sending children. Okay, yeah. So the fact that we plundered that makes it so we can't actually get any of the last tiers on Dragonus, which is annoying. That is absolutely annoying. Call to arms. Fuck it, let's build that one. And that actually is going to be it for me today. We have done almost 4 hours today of this, but hey, it was one hell of a boss fight, let's put it that way. One more travel.
It was discovered that one of the smaller vats in Engine Hall 5, which should have been filled with wastewater, instead contained a liquid that looked like blood. This incident was deemed not to be of serious concern, and everything went back to normal as soon as the ship returned to real space.
Dragoness, 3040, normal sword. Duration 2.5k, that's not really. Willpower, intelligence, and fellowship, that might actually be the one we go for. Xenos, intoxication. Penal Battalion. Penal Battalion is here. Xeno intoxication is probably here somewhere, right? Xeno intoxication, yeah. So we can get that one. No problems. That's great to see. 12 plus Promethium. Penal Battalion. Penal Battalion. Show finished projects. Navy ship. So I just need to make Penal Battalion here, and I can make one of these. Then we're going to do Navy here. Okay. I'm saying like, oh yeah, I'm going to stop, and I just continue on playing, because that is the problem with this game for me. Because I like it immensely. His backline is up to 40k. Nice.
According to the ancient chronicles and maps handed to you by the Pilgrim, this icy planet used to be a prosperous imperial colony. However, a sharp change in its trajectory, brought upon by the warp anomaly raging in the system, caused...
I thought we got better auger scanners already. I don't know why, but yeah. Layers of belt, suspicious ships, magnetic storm. Okay, we are going to do this. We're going to save. What are we? We're up to 25 or something like that, right? 25, 26, 26. Anyway, that's going to be it for me today. If you actually like what you saw and you stuck around until the end, thank you very much. And if you actually want to follow what the fuck's going on, check out YouTube, pretty much. Anyway, good night, everyone.